another episode of the Therapy with Rikki podcast, where we talk about real conversations that you can feel. I am your host, Rikki McCoy, a licensed holistic therapist in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am so excited to be here and talking with you all today about community. As we wrap up May, and with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, I thought it was really important that we come through and we talk about the importance of community to your mental health and to your wellness. So, as we get into it, I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to ask yourself how you're doing today, how you feel, what you need in this moment. If you need a moment to pause and rest, just rest. Just breathe, right? Soothe your mind, body, and spirit as we get into this important topic for our overall mental health and our wellness. So if you are new to the podcast, welcome. I am Rikki, and I'm so excited to be here with you all on this journey that we call life and living. And if you have been with me for some time, welcome back. Your girl I started out putting these podcasts out weekly, but as life happens, as my caseload happens, I do therapy full time. I do wellness retreats. I do a lot of things in this wellness space. I host yoga classes, and there's more to come. And so the podcasts have been being produced whenever I feel like they are authentic and I really have something that I want to share with you all, something that is beneficial and something that is going to help you be a better person, right? So please feel free to share, subscribe, review, all the things so that we can keep these conversations going. I have been taking breaks. That was the point of what I was just saying. And I've just come back. I've been back now about 2 weeks from my inaugural wellness retreat, the Flourishing Minds Wellness Retreat. And me and 17 other ladies, we took over Tulum for this wellness retreat. And my wellness retreat was all about self-discovery, right? Who are you outside of all of the things, outside of all of the roles that you have, right? And so we brought the Black girl magic, we brought the energy, we brought the vibes to Tulum, and we really focused on who we are outside of all of the roles, outside of all the things that we do. And we were able to relax, we were able to release, we were able to have some fun, turn up, just live life, right? And so thank you so much to those ladies who came out with me, who trusted me on their journey, on their wellness retreat journey. We had a time, y'all. We had a time. There are more wellness retreats to come. I have Bali coming up in July, Sedona coming up in October, and I am releasing this week Costa Rica. We are taking over Costa Rica in June of 2024. So if you would like more information about the podcast, more information about who I am as a therapist, wellness retreats, yoga classes, all of the services that I offer, tune in. Instagram is Therapy with Rikki. All of the social medias are Therapy with Rikki. The website is also therapywithrikki.com. So this retreat inspired me to do a podcast on the importance of community, right? I feel like it is so important for us, especially if you are a Black woman or a woman of color, that we find healing in being around each other, right? That we find healing through support and knowing that we have support and learning what healthy support looks like, right? Like how to build a community around yourself, around who you are, to really support you on this journey that we call life, right? And so I want to talk to you all today about the importance of community and how it impacts your mental health and wellness. With it being Mental Health Awareness Month, this is just a perfect topic to go as we wrap up Mental Health Awareness Month, and also as I come back from this retreat where we all just we loved on each other, right? I created a safe space for women to be able to do that. And so, your mental health is the main. I always say mental health is wealth, right? When you are on track with your mental health, you're able to see life differently. You're able to gain different perspectives, and you're really able to just live your life in abundance. And so community is so important to mental health. Look with the research and the statistics, they show that community impacts our mental health and our wellness, y'all, so much. So community is defined as, when we put it in the most important element, right? Community is all about connection. Okay? It's all about who you connect to. If you feel like you're able to connect to somebody, to a group, it helps us to feel valued, it helps us to feel wanted, and it helps us to feel loved, okay? So we definitely want to build community around ourselves, okay? We are social beings, we're human, right? We are put here to love, to socialize, and to really be in connection with one another. Now, I know things like the pandemic, things like lack of trust, bad experiences, there are certain things that really make us leery of people, right? Make us not really sure if we can trust people. But by learning how to work through some of those traumas, by learning how to build our trust, by getting out of our social anxiety and any awkwardness that COVID brought on, right? We can really create a community around ourselves. And so when you think about community, there are 3 basic, just beneficial aspects that I want you to think about when we talk about what makes a community, right? And so the first one is going to be belonging, right? I cannot tell you how many people I've talked to in therapy and even in my personal life who talk about this lack or this desire to belong, right? A lot of us will sit, we will have thoughts, have feelings inside of us, and we're not able to express them or get them out because we don't really feel like we have a space where we belong, a space where we can truly feel valued in our authentic truth, right? When we're feeling happy, when we're feeling sad, when I'm anxious, when I'm irritable, when I'm angry, I want to feel like I can belong, and I want to feel that I belong regardless of how I show up, unconditionally. Okay, and so community provides a sense of belonging. It's a group that you can be a part of, and this is different from conforming to a group. It's all about being your true, authentic self. Okay, so I want you to take a moment and I want you to ask yourself, where is it that I feel I belong? Who am I with when I feel I can fully show up as myself? Think about that. There may be people in your life where you already feel that safety and that connection with, and you may realize that there may be some work to do in this area, okay? So these are all opportunities for growth, opportunities for us to be real with ourselves, okay? On this journey that we call life, y'all. Community also makes us feel supportive, right? Supported, okay? Who do you turn to when you need something? Having people you can call on when you need to talk or you need help with something can help you through difficult situations, okay? You don't have to suffer alone. And sometimes this is where professional help comes in. So let's say you have something that's going on, you don't want your friends to know, you don't really want to share with certain family members or people that you feel like may not fully understand where you're coming from. That is the good thing about therapy. One of the greatest things that I love about therapy, or creating safe spaces as I like to call it, is that you can come in and you can let it all out, y'all. Sometimes we just need people to hear us, people to listen unapologetically, listening to support you and hold space for you. And so that is something that a therapist can do. A therapist can also help you to communicate and express your emotions to your community, right? So to those people in your life that you may feel like you're struggling to communicate with. So if you have not tried therapy, I may be a little biased, but I highly recommend. It is truly a safe space. I have truly seen people transform because they are coming in and they feel safe to just be. Feel safe to curse, feel safe to let it all out, y'all. Like, we need spaces where we can really just let out our truths, right? The more you keep it in, it doesn't make it go away. It's still there. But in these areas, in these safe spaces, we just feel that we belong, right? We feel supported, okay? And so think about your community. Think about who you feel the most supported with, right? And it also gives us a sense of purpose, right? So in community, people feel different roles. We have strengths and we have weaknesses. So the good thing about being able to join, organizations, join groups, join a team, even in our families or in our friendship dynamics, right? We all have strengths and weaknesses. And so we're all able to come in and help each other. We're all individuals, we're all different, but we all have something that we can benefit and learn from in each other. Okay, so I think being open is very important. Being open to learning new people, being open to new perspectives, being open to new ideas, right? We are never too old to learn something new. Okay, so if you want to know how to find community, how do I grow a community around who I am becoming, around who I am evolving into, right? As we become adults, right? Finding like-minded people is so important. One of the ways you can do that is by asking yourself, it's all about self-awareness. What are your interests? What are you into, right? So for example, wellness retreats were something that I wanted to create as another tool for safe spaces and community and connection and self-care and wellness, because I have gone on a few wellness retreats of my own. And so by getting into yoga, I was very into yoga, started doing yoga when I was pregnant. And so just by growing my interest and my love for yoga, I started going on yoga retreats, right? I started going on wellness retreats because I wanted to be around like-minded people who also had an appreciation for yoga or had an appreciation for wellness. And so that is how I have met some beautiful, beautiful women that I'm still connected to this day, because we had the same interests, right? And so you can meet people on your journey through the interests that you have, right? Are you into music? Maybe you join learning how to play an instrument, right? Maybe you go to concerts, like maybe that's your thing. Maybe you join a group around that musical thing that you're into. Maybe you like taking nature hikes, right? You can go places like Eventbrite. This is a website. You can go on meetup.com and you can find groups that have meetups where you can go and be around like-minded people, okay? Anime, comics, yoga, meditation, sound healing, music, professionals under 25, professionals 25 to 30, professionals 30 and up, right? Like there's so many different organizations that you can get into, mom groups, partner groups, wife groups, LGBTQ plus groups, right? There are so many different ways of connecting to like-minded people, but we just have to get creative. We have to get outside our box, right? And we have to know that sometimes that means being uncomfortable. Sometimes that means getting out of your comfort zone to learn something new, right? And so that discomfort may be a little unpleasant at first, but the more you get out there, the easier it will become. So if you are somebody that struggles with social anxiety, know that it does get better. But we have to be willing to get outside our box. We have to be willing to go out and meet the people before we just sit and complain about having nobody that we can trust, right? Another way to connect to people is by knowing your values, right? Knowing your values can help place you in certain areas as far as volunteer work or charity work or sororities or fraternities, right? Work that is rewarding to you and you all are coming together for a purpose, right? So me as an example, being an AKA, right? That sisterhood, that service, what we stand for, that's where I find connection with my sorors, right? If you are volunteering in your city, I have been a mentor to young girls, right? Mental health and awareness, like that's my jam. And so finding your values, figuring out what's important to you, okay? Some other values, being adventurous, right? So how do you find adventure? Maybe it's through nature, maybe it's through spirituality or religion, maybe it's through education, maybe it's finances, maybe it's just creativity, art, those kind of things. Those are ways that you can learn what your values are. Your values also help you in forming relationships, period, right? So you want to make sure that you are aligned with the people that have the same values as you do, when it comes to friendships and intimate partners as well, okay? So this is a way to just check in with yourself. Just make sure you are living your life according to your values, because sometimes we get so caught up in life that we're not, right? And so ask yourself, check in with yourself, give yourself some time on your calendar today or this week, y'all. You are worthy of your time, and your values may change as you evolve and as you grow. Family may be on your values list. Being around people that are family oriented may be on your values list. Being around people who are open-minded may be on your values list. So as you evolve, I want you to know that your values can also change, right? These are your personal values, okay? Your beliefs. What do you believe in? Do you believe in spirituality or religion? Do you believe in certain speaking engagements, certain classes, yoga, wellness, self-care, holistic practices, right? Finding the things that are meaningful to you and joining some of those activities, events, organizations, okay? So I am connected to a lot of mental health organizations because I am an advocate for mental health and wellness, right? I am connected to holistic wellness communities because I do believe in holistic practices when it comes to mental health and wellness, right? Having certain beliefs around moving my body in yoga, and so I'm gonna connect to people that also have those same similar beliefs that I do. And so just know that, by tuning into yourself, by being self-aware, you'll be able to figure out what kind of community best suits you. And it's okay to have community for different things, right? It's okay to have more than one community. So again, I may have a community that understands me from the perspective of partnership because they understand partnership. I may have a community that supports me in being a mom because they are mothers and they are there. They understand what it's like to be a mom and to support each other on that journey. I may have, a community for my values, right? Community service, sisterhood. And so I have my sorority. And I am creating safe spaces for women around sisterhood, around wellness, around self-care. And so there is a community, a wellness community of women who like to go on wellness retreats. And this is what we do. And this is how we restore ourselves and how we pour back into our cups, right? And so just know that you're human. We cannot be so busy, caught up in life, doing all the things that we forget what we need, that we forget that connection is important. We need work-life balance as well. We can't be all work and no play. A lot of times I find that we get so caught up in our careers and what we're supposed to be doing and what society tells us we should do and we should be and how old we should be and all of these things that we haven't really invested that same type of time and energy into our personal lives. And so naturally we look up and we realize like I could benefit from having a better community or a better support system. So take some time, be honest with yourself, be open to new ideas, be open to new people. If you have not experienced a wellness retreat, I highly recommend that you do find a wellness retreat where you can travel to a new place, you can get outside your comfort zone, you can be around like-minded individuals who are on the same journey as you. You can learn self-care practices, right? So you can learn how to meditate, how to do yoga, how to express yourself in a group setting, trying something new, getting outside your box, trying excursions, dancing, new food, and just an energy exchange, right? Sometimes it's all about being in the place at the right time with the right people. So invest in yourself, love on yourself, make time for yourself, y'all. And until next time, y'all know where I'm at, same place. I look forward to continuing this conversation. Even though it won't be Mental Health Awareness Month, I will still continue this conversation around mental health awareness, self-care, what it means to prioritize yourself, authenticity, and just being true to you. It all starts within, y'all. So until next time, peace and love. Y'all be good.